Hi friends, next we'll discuss S-plane to Z-plane mapping in terms of bilinear transformation. Uh, Very simple and very interesting topic it is, how we are going to map poles of S-plane to Z-plane. The mapping of S-plane, the mapping of S-plane to Z-plane by bilinear transformation is one-to-one mapping. That is nothing but how we are saying one-to-one mapping means for every point in Z plane there is a exactly one corresponding point in the S plane and vice versa. Once again I'll repeat, bilinear transformation technique or its method, it is a one-to-one mapping. One-to-one mapping means for every point in Z plane there is a exactly one corresponding point in S plane and vice versa. So let us see the transformation. This one, in the last video we discussed how we got this transformation, that is s equal to 2 by t 1 minus z raised to minus 1 divided by 1 plus z to the power minus 1. Same equation if we are expressing in terms of positive powers of z, this one we are getting. Let us simplify. How to simplify? I will take t towards this side and s into t divided by 2, that is equal to z minus 1 plus divided by z plus 1. Next I will take this term z plus 1 towards left side, and it becomes t by 2 s into z plus 1, that is equal to z minus 1. For the simplification I am going to multiply the terms which are present inside the bracket to this one. So t by 2 s into z plus next t by 2 s, that is equal to z raised to minus 1. For the simplification I will separate the terms, nothing but I will take this z towards this side and I will take s towards this side, then it becomes t by 2 sz minus z equals minus 1 minus t by 2 s. Let us take minus z common. If I take minus z common, here left 1 minus of t by 2 s. Similarly here I will take minus 1 common. What left? 1 minus of minus plus, so t by 2 into s. Now minus minus get cancels, hence z equal to 1 plus t by 2 s. This will go to here denominator side, hence 1 by t 1 plus t by 2 s divided by 1 minus t by 2 s. Let us represent equation 2. We know that S plane is represented as sigma plus j omega, and similarly we know Z is represented as in polar form r into e to the power j omega. If you substitute S value and Z value in equation 2 and simplify, substituting these two values in equation 2 and do the simplification. After simplification, let us equate real and imaginary parts, then we are getting sigma equal to 2 by t inside the bracket r square minus 1 divided by r square plus 1 plus 2r cos omega, equation 3. Then omega equal to 2 by t inside the bracket 2r sin omega divided by r square plus 1 plus 2r cos omega. Discuss mapping. Once again we are getting three cases here. How we discussed for impulse invariant transformation method, similar here also we are getting three cases. First case, if sigma is less than 0, then r is less than 1. This indicates S plane of sigma less than 0 means LHS, left hand side. LHS of S plane is mapped inside the unit circle in Z plane. Similarly, second case, if sigma is greater than 0, then it implies R is greater than 1. Sigma greater than 0 means RHS of S plane. Sigma greater than 0 means RHS of S plane is mapped outside. Greater means outside the unit circle of Z plane. Last case it is about imaginary axis. Case 3, if sigma equal to 0, then it implies R equal to 1. It means S equal to, we know that S equal to sigma plus j omega is there. If you substitute sigma equal to 0, then it left with what? It left with S equal to only j omega. Hence j omega axis in S plane, that is mapped into unit circle in the Z plane. All these three cases we are going to once again discuss with the help of planes, diagram of S plane and Z plane. It is the S plane diagram and it is the Z plane diagram. See here, first case what we discuss, if sigma is less than 0, I indicated as a case A. What happens, sigma less than 0 means it is the LHS part of S, it is the LHS part of S plane, that is mapped where, that is mapped, observe here, that is mapped inside the unit circle of Z plane. Second case, if sigma is greater than 0, it is what, RHS of S plane. RHS, this is the RHS of S plane, that is mapped, implies that what, outside the circle of radius of Z plane. Last case, if sigma equal to 0, nothing but sigma equal to 0 means vertical axis j omega axis, imaginary axis, that is mapped to where, that is mapped in the unit circle. These are the cases of what, three cases of mapping from S plane to Z plane. Let's see the relation between the analog and digital frequencies in terms of bilinear transformation technique. Analog frequency omega is represented as 2 by t sampling period, tan of omega by 2. It is the expression for finding the frequency of analog filter. Next, digital frequency, that is represented as omega equal to 2 tan inverse of omega t by 2. How we got this term? Simple thing. Simplify the above equation. See here, tan omega by 2, that is equal to what, omega t divided by 2. Next, further take tan towards other side, it becomes inverse, omega by 2 equal to tan inverse of omega t by 2. Next, let us only express in terms of omega, hence omega equal to 2 will go other side, hence 2 tan inverse of omega t by 2. It is the what, frequency component. Omega is the digital frequency component. Hence there is a relation between analog and digital frequency. In terms of BLT, these two expressions. This is the theoretical concept of bilinear transformation, about how we are going to map S plane to Z plane. In the next video, we are going to discuss some numericals on this bilinear transformation, means designing of filter, designing of digital filter by converting analog filter to digital filter with the help of this technique, that is BLT technique, bilinear transformation technique. Thank you very much.